Now, the African Democratic Congress has cautioned its members in Kogi State against anti-party activities, saying unity is essential as the state prepares for future elections. Party leaders speaking at the official unveiling of the ADC in Kogi East accused the state government of starving local governments of funds, a situation they say has deepened insecurity, poverty and hunger across communities. They argued that recent defections were driven by personal ambition rather than the collective interest of the people. Now, the ADC said its agenda focuses on inclusive governance, community empowerment, and restoring trust in leadership, urging Nigerians to use the ballot box to reshape the country's political direction.
Well, let's have a conversation about the African Democratic Congress and its roadmap to 2027 elections. We are joined live in the studio by Honorable Leke Abejide, an ADC chieftain. He is a member representing Yagba Federal Constituency. Thank you so much for joining us live on Daybreak on Arise News.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Nigerians.
Okay, so now we'll look at this conversation takes us back to the unveiling of the African Democratic Congress, and people believe that it was bringing a breath of new leadership and a lot of promises to the Nigerian people. And now the race to the 2027 election now looks to be facing a very bumpy roadmap. Even from the Anambra election, from even the by-elections, ADC has really fumbled and wobbled so far. What would you want to say? The ADC candidate came a distant position in the Anambra election, which was meant to be like a litmus test. Is it for lack of structure? What's the reason behind this performance of the new party, the coalition?
Thank you once again. I'm surprised that you are saying that they are unveiling ADC. ADC has been in existence, just not a new party. So,
but we also saw the unveiling some months ago.
Yeah, the unveiling.
With the new leadership.
Maybe, no, there's no new leadership.
Okay.
No new leadership.
Okay.
I told you, I was here some time ago, and I told you that our constitution says before you can become a national officer of the party, you must spend 2 years as a member of that party, and the constitution has not changed. It is there. I will give you a copy. I collected the certified true copy from INEC, and by the time the judgment comes up in the court, it will be clear to everyone that there is no new leadership in that party. So,
sorry, just to get it right, the leader of your party, then Ralph Nwosu, handed over the baton of leadership, signed away the leadership to the Senator David Mark's leadership. And people are accusing you of being a mole of the APC in the party. How true is this?
If I'm a mole of APC in the party, APC wouldn't have been contesting against me all the time and took me to court. I have fought APC tooth and nail in my state, and I've been winning. So if you are saying that I'm a mole in APC, it's surprising, because the people that always contested against me are APC people, and I have been winning in my federal constituency using this particular party, African Democratic Congress. And I want to tell you that this party, I am still the leader of the party till today. Anybody talking that is the leader of the party is just joking. And I'm not joking about it. I saw a picture or video just now showing that some people went to Kogi and unveiled ADC. You will see our own is coming up any moment from now. We will invite Arise. We will invite all of you to come and witness our own Congress. We are on ground. We are the one. We are the real people. You just mentioned that they fumbled in the last election. Not only fumbled, they stumbled, because that was the second election after the so-called unveilment of the party.
Right.
Remember, there was vacant positions in some central district and federal constituencies that was filled recently, and even state constituencies. They didn't win anything. And another election came, it's as if they were not on ground, nobody was there. I want to tell you, I said it before and I want to reiterate it, that President Tinubu is going to win at least 32 states coming 2027. There is nobody ready to contest with him. These people that are parading themselves and they say they want to send him to Lagos, they will be the one that we are going to send back to their respective states.
Okay, well, to piggyback on what Menga was previously speaking about, some analysts have said that the ADC currently, outside being an opposition party, lacks an agenda. How do you respond to that criticism?
Of course, where is the agenda? They are very correct. You know, had they been, they came properly the way they're supposed to come, it could have been easier and be better. You know, for me to be winning using that party when it was relatively unknown, it means I'm doing something right. They ought to have learned the rope from me. We will have sat down and then discuss how we can win Nigeria. And we cannot win from up. Every politics is local. We have to first of all get our wards, get our local government, and then come to state, come to federal. It's not that we want to take up and nothing down. So structure is formed from the ground, not from up. If somebody is coming to evidence ADC and say that he's the national chairman, he's the national secretary, from where? What is their base? They have no base at home. It is when you come to Kogi State and you want to hear that ADC is on ground, it is in Yagba Federal Constituency and probably Kababuni Jumu Federal Constituency.
Now, when we look at the past performance of the African Democratic Party so far, you would agree with me that at the national level and at many levels, sub-nationals, the party has never really performed creditably well.
Of course.
And now the coming on board of the Senator David Mark's leadership, these are people of you say people of towering influence. Don't you think it's in the party's interest to have a new leadership revamp the party?
You just mentioned former Senate President David Mark. I want to ask you, which party was he before he came here? Answer me. You know it. He came from PDP. They killed and buried the PDP, and then they are looking for where they will hibernate. This is not where to hibernate. This is not the party. We will not accept that. If they want to come, they should come through proper channel.
What's the proper channel?
The proper channel is to come through way that are there, that are the authentic member of the party.
Is it about you?
Then
doesn't the party have a structure? Don't they have a process?
That's what I'm saying. That's the process. That's the process. I just told you that the constitution of the party does not give room for somebody to come and become a national officer the day he came. I just told you that's the process. The process is, first of all, let him go to his ward, then come, then we sit down as leaders of the party.
So as we speak now, who is the authentic leader of the ADC?
Chief Rafonwosu.
But Chief Rafonwosu had
and now that he has resigned, the process is that after if so we accept leadership. We have not accepted his resignation yet. If we accept it, the next in line to him, according to our law, is to take over from him, not for him to hand it over as if it's his personal property to somebody else.
Okay. Let's speak what's happening and recently about the foreign intervention that is being proposed for Nigeria. And recently you issued a warning about foreign interference in Nigeria's economy. What plan does the ADC have to safeguard Nigeria?
Are you talking about the issue of Trump?
Absolutely.
It's security. Well, it is, I believe, there is a little bit of politics into it. I'm from the north. I'm from Kogi State, north central zone of the country. Actually, for the people living in the far north, like Borno, like Adamawa, like Taraba, like Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Gombe. There are concerns in the build-up to 2023 elections. My friends or my colleagues that are from the north, when we were preaching Asiwaju Bola Tinubu election to them, they vehemently rejected and said that I didn't know their peculiarity, that their own brothers, Muslim brothers, they don't want them to exist. I said, but in our own side, I'm a Christian. Within the same family, we have Muslim. We relate together that, in fact, when we're growing up, we're always very happy when fasting is coming because we eat more with them. By the time we are eating, they cannot eat. By the time they are eating, we go and join them and eat. We enter mosque, they enter church. So I said, they say it's not like that in their place, that they always want them. This, I would just suggest that let there be more unity among us. So if that happens, anybody threatening, coming from abroad, well, for me, if they say before this government there's genocide, I can agree. But for now, I can't see anything like that. Tell me, where do you see the genocide coming from? Okay, the time Chibok's girls were taken away.
Yes.
The time I remember how Boko Haram started. They were looking for Christians alone. That is how this began the system. In Madala here, a Catholic church was burned down. Killed children, women, everybody. Christians.
Okay, how do you react to? Okay, let me
at that time, our brothers, Muslim brothers, they supposed to come up to support us and say, this is wrong. But then, gradually, those people pretended they are Muslim, but later they started killing the Muslims themselves.
Okay, now.
And the thing now became difficult to curtail.
Honorable Abejide, let's get the narrative right now, because some members of your party in the ADC have blamed President Tinubu on the President Trump's designation of Nigeria as a CPC country of particular concern, and they have said that they have alleged that about 15,000 lives have been lost during President Tinubu's administration, and they said insecurity and widespread killings have deepened under President Tinubu, and they are holding him responsible. What do you make of this?
It is not correct. And I say that with all sense of responsibility. To me, now security is getting better. You cannot solve this problem in one day. Before, you cannot travel from here to Kaduna. I have visitors now from China. They came to visit us, and we booked flight to Kano for them on Saturday. The flight was cancelled and said it's going to go on Sunday. We went by road with this foreigner. They are in Nigeria for the first time. We went by road to Kano, and then from Kano they now flew to Lagos. Before, you dare not do that. You will not live to tell the story. So what are we talking about? And even President Trump, have you forgotten? He almost died inside town when he was campaigning. It's just God that spared his life. He would have been a dead man by now. When you are talking of insecurity, it's everywhere.
Yeah, you're talking about the Pennsylvania
yes,
incident.
It happened twice to him.
We saw the response, and we saw how the
same thing,
person
the military
behind
responding
the
here
was apprehended. So we're talking about a country
that what happened yesterday.
Hold on. We have a country that has zero tolerance to impunity, injustice, and is highly accountable to its people. Don't you see a difference in the context here?
And I want to
in Nigeria?
I see that even this government is very responsible and responsive to issues. And when you are even looking at the kind of president we have today, you should give it to him that there's religious tolerance in Nigeria. See, you are a Christian, or I don't know whether you're a Muslim. Can you allow, most of us cannot allow our wife to practice in another faith with us, living in the same house with us. But this president, from there, they're supposed to know that this man is not against any religion. It's not for or against anyone. You see, the wife, he married her as a Christian and keep her as a Christian.
No, I'm just trying to ask you, do you see a
So
difference
between
between the U.S. approach to its insecurity threats and Nigeria's approach to its own security threats?
That's what I'm saying. I said Nigeria approach right now to insecurity threat is also very good. That's why I said they are responsible and responsive. That is the answer to it.
So right now...
See, do you want to tell me now that if there is an attack, the military are not reacting to it? Or even though they're not even more reacting, they are proactive now. That's the way it is. I just told you a story before. You dare not travel by road from here to Kaduna. I said I took foreigners. But they are looking for them like gold. To Kano by road on Saturday. And maybe they are hearing me. They're still in Nigeria. They're doing exhibition in Lagos now.
Now, many Nigerians are very skeptical about opposition parties actually governing Nigeria effectively. How has the ADC been preparing itself for governance outside of just merely campaigning?
Merely campaigning. I think that is what they are doing right now. Well, if we can put our act together, I believe, as I said before, we should not look at 2027. It's not going to work. If you want to go and fight a war, you must be very prepared. And preparation is not a 1 day or 2 days job, especially when you say you are aiming at the presidency. My suggestion is we should come together, reorganize the party, and then start with the local government, state assembly, House of Rep, Senate. If we have these structures in place, in 2031, we can struggle. But we are not doing that. We are just looking on top of the roof. We want to take president off. Go and take him off if you have the capacity. Even somebody that they tried when he was not a president and they failed. Is it the person now that is already president that you want to try?
Now, you're talking of the national level now, but we have a situation at the sub-national level that shows a clear indication that ADC is in tatters, is in a state of crisis with even what happened in Kogi.
We are in crisis.
Yes.
And they are
we
accusing each other
are
of
in crisis in ADC. We are sinking ship. If we don't come together, it's going to die a natural death. If you look at the steam with which it started that time, they said they didn't. Is it the same steam now? The fire is burning down. And if guys not taking, it's going to evaporate like air.
You seem so interested in the party falling apart.
I'm not. See, if you don't respect somebody who hold the party and make the party to have name, and you came from nowhere and you think you can push me, I will tell you now, I'm not a weak politician. I will show them pepper.
People feel that a convention would address most of these political hiccups that the party is having. When is your party having its national convention?
Well, our own faction, we are planning it any moment from now. Our own faction, we are planning our own national convention any time from now. I want to tell you, INEC did not check the constitutional domicile with them before they recognized David Leke and the Arabesola's position.
Okay, I think we will be having you more time.
Article 17 of our constitution says you must be 2 years, and that constitution is in INEC. I've already collected the certified true copy, stamped page by page by INEC, so nobody can smuggle anyone behind.
Okay, Honorable Leke Abejide, you've come with a very, very distinct position so far on the way forward for the African Democratic Congress. But that, unfortunately, we are pressed for time, and that's the much we can take.
Please look for more time next time
of Daybreak. And that's all we have time for here on Daybreak. I'm Benga Ashiru. It's goodbye from me.
Thank you for starting your morning with us. I'm Yolanda Robert. Please do keep it here on Arise News. The morning show is next. Goodbye.